right, so we'll go ahead and get started. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to our Texas Fame Virtual Open House. My name is Fernando Rover. I am the Workforce Development Liaison for Bexar County. I also oversee all marketing and recruiting efforts for Texas Fame. So thank you all again for joining us. A couple of housekeeping items. We kindly ask that you keep your, you mute yourselves as well as turn off your camera. We do have time allotted for questions. However, if you do have a question that you might want to be asked, go ahead and I direct you to our chat, and then we'll be tracking your question just to make sure that it might be answered during the presentation, or if not, then we can answer it towards the end. So thank you again for joining us. We are recording and live streaming this presentation for sharing purposes. So again, thank you again for being a part of that. We'll go ahead and get started. We will be first hearing from one of our Toyota company reps, Maurice Salazar. So Maurice, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, let's go.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining our December open house virtually, of course. And we wanted to kind of go over the overview of what our Texas Fame program is, and just to give you some insights on it, to help you ask some questions and see if it's right for you. So the Texas Fame is an organization developed right here in San Antonio. It is a joint venture between industry, between government agencies and academia in order to help us build the sophisticated pipeline of skilled workers, skilled workforce for advanced manufacturing technologies in the local area. And so this is an industry-led organization, being that there's a lot of influence and a lot of partnerships between those three entities that we talked about. Now, remember that the pipeline is geared for a career in advanced manufacturing. And so with that said, there's a lot of influence with the companies that are involved. And we're going to talk a little bit about those companies that are in part of the Texas Fame. You'll see them on your screen right here. So you'll see great companies worldwide, the global leaders in their organizations. So you'll see companies like the greatest grocery chain in the world, HEB. You'll see Caterpillar, CPS Energy, Joyson Safety Systems, CH Gunther and Sons, of course. They do fantastic food products. Kotex, which is a automobile supplier, Metalza, and Toyotetsu, which also provide tier 1 supply parts to automobile industries, and of course Toyota Texas right here in San Antonio. These are the companies that make up the Texas Fame right here in San Antonio. And so what this is, it is a program, it is a venture between industry, academia, government agencies to help put the individuals that are interested in a career in advanced manufacturing in place for a position of success. So we want to give you the opportunities to hone those skills, learn those skills, and then be able to apply them. So what you're looking at is a work and school program. You'll go to school for a couple days out of the week, and then you'll come to be sponsored at one of the participating facilities, one of the companies, and actually join and get paid to do so. So it is not just a college program, it is just not a work experience. It is a combined program where you're going to learn in the classroom, you're going to learn in the controlled labs, and then you're going to be able to learn in the plant floor facilities. So this program is a 5-semester, it's a 2-year program. The result in the academic world is an associate's degree, which is a really great thing to have, because in case you ever want to advance those college studies, this is a stackable degree. So if you'd like to add on to it, you can do so as well. So the Advanced Manufacturing Technician program is a 2-year, 5-year program sponsored by a company. That 3-tier learning that I just mentioned, college classroom, college labs, and then real world application on the advanced manufacturing floor of one of our sponsoring companies. There you're going to get to learn from veteran technicians. You're going to get to learn with a professional workforce. You're going to get to learn from a professional leadership group in the company leadership and management. You're going to get real world experience, not just a college degree, but you're going to get real hands-on, real life experience you can add to your resume. And these are skills that you're going to be able to carry with you forever. advanced manufacturing is one of those careers that is fast paced, high technology, a lot of opportunity for advancement. These positions are some of the most sought after, if not the most sought after, careers in the country in our age right now, just because of the technology and the types of skill that industry partners are looking for in order to run their fast-paced, lean manufacturing. And so it is a career pathway. It's not a job. It is something that you will be able to expand upon, and you can take this as far as you would like to go, because you're going to learn aspects of all of the processes in the sponsoring companies. You'll learn how they do business. You'll learn their technological approaches, and then you'll learn their processes for the things they're producing. And we'll get to hear a little bit more about the companies as they go through. But one of the great benefits to this program is there's a huge opportunity to graduate this program with zero college debt, an associate's degree, 2 years of real life work experience, that professionalism that is bedded into the program, where accountability, attendance, diligence, communication, and teamwork is all built into the program. And just like it is out in the real world, you'll get to use that and apply that on a daily basis. These jobs are super difficult to fill. Coming from you from the HR side, trying to fill skilled technicians is very difficult, and you'll hear more about that from some of the other representatives of companies that are having the same problem that we are at Toyota. So you'll be highly sought after, and that's a great place to be in, especially starting off your career pathway as you go into your life work and figure out what you want to do. So the Advanced Manufacturing Technician Program, the Texas FAME program, gives you that opportunity. So if you are one of those persons who like to learn with your hands, like to critically think, like to problem solve, like to work on a team, and like to be challenged, this may be something that you should be looking into. So you'll have an opportunity to ask some more questions to the industry partners, and then you're going to get an overview on the degree plan. So this is what the Texas program is all about in a nutshell. So if you have questions, please write those down or put them in the chat, and we can get those answered for you as we have the question and answer session. So thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you being here.
All right, thank you, Maurice. All right, and then next we will hear about the Advanced Manufacturing Technician Program from Mr. David Heim, who was our AMC Program Director. Mr. Heim?
Yes, hello everybody. I am the Program Director for the AMT program at St. Philip's College, and let's talk about it. So we can hop to that next slide. All right, so what is our program going to get you? So upon completion of our 2-year program, you're going to graduate with an Associates of Applied Science and Advanced Manufacturing Technology and 60 college semester hours, which I think Maurice touched on this, but they are stackable. So if you ever plan on pursuing a higher level degree, you would be able to transfer all the applicable hours to any state school, and you would be core complete. So that's really great if you do want to pursue your education further. Also, again, Maurice touched on this, many of our students qualify for financial aid, so the potential to graduate from this program with little or even no student debt is there. We also partner with Project Quest, which offers scholarships for all sorts of things, from tuition to even tools and steel boots for our students. That's an opportunity that's there for them too. Okay, and what does a typical week look like? So students will attend class 2 days a week, and they will work with their sponsor company for another 3 days. So again, this is really unique to the FAME program and an incredible opportunity for the students, as they not only will be working towards their degree, but they're going to graduate with 2 years practical work experience and most likely a well-paying job offer from their sponsor company at the end of that. So it's just a unique and incredible opportunity in that regard. So what do the AMTs learn here? So our students are going to have courses in everything from electrical systems to fluid power to PLCs and much more. We are basically going to give the students a foundation and all of the skill sets that that they're going to need to become a talented and effective technician. And although we teach these skills under the umbrella of manufacturing, these students will have the skill set to easily transition to other industries that utilize automation and process control if they ever desire to. So what else are we going to learn? Manufacturing core exercises, so safety culture, lean manufacturing, problem solving. All of these core exercises are extremely important, and we really try to get our students to internalize them, as it's not only going to make them safer and a more effective technician, but it will help them as they move up in their careers. As you know, things have changed drastically in the past 20 years or so, and safety culture, visual workspace organization, lean manufacturing. These are all things that industry really cares about now. So if our AMTs internalize these things, again, it's not only going to make them better, but it's going to really help them in their career advancement. We also focus on professional behaviors. This, I think, is another thing that sets our program apart from sort of more traditional two-year technical programs. Communication, interpersonal skills, these are all things that are extremely important in a work environment, nearly or just as important as the technical skills themselves. And this is something we really try to focus on in the AMT program, and something I think is probably, missed or less emphasized in, like I said, a more traditional technical degree. So, yeah, and with that, like I said earlier, we got an opportunity to earn a livable wage while going to school, working in an industry that you're going to try to move into professionally for the rest of your career, and graduate with potentially no student debt. So, I mean, it really is an exceptional program. So with that, Fernando, Maurice, I'll turn it back over to you guys.
All right, thank you, Mr. Heim. Thank you so much. All right, so now we will hear, so we traditionally have always focused on our two-year AMT program. So this year we actually were able to launch a new 9-week FAST program that's more accelerated. And so we have our workforce administrator, Ron Stanbaugh, on to talk more about that. Ron, you there?
Yes, Fernando, I am here.
All right.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. Yes, my name, as Fernando says, is Ron Stanbaugh. I'm the administrator for the Texas FAST Workforce Training. So the AMT program through Texas FAME, as we mentioned and Davis spoke wonderfully about it, 2-year program. That addresses more of a longer term need for our partners, but it also has raised that, there's a shorter term need as well, a more immediate need. And this was the idea that really, inspired and created the Texas FAST program. We are a 9-week program. We're accelerated. We're this boot camp style program. And it really is. We hit the ground running, and we stay running for 9 weeks. The classes are Monday through Friday, 8 to noon, so it's 4 hours a day. It's held here at Brook City Base. Me and my co-instructor, together we have 60 years experience in the industrial and manufacturing industry, so we have a wealth of knowledge to help these students out. And we cover mechanical components, so that's going to be, we start off with basics. Again, we're teaching fundamentals, basic machines, levers, pulleys, wheel and axle. We cover those. We start from that foundation, we build upon it. We go to gears, gear ratios, how to align gears. We have a gearbox lab. We install gears. We move into bearings, identifying different bearings, and how to a lab and to install the bearings. An alignment lab, how to do shaft alignments, then couple those shafts together. So throughout the 4 hours, we're really talking about, we have two portions: a lecture, which we talk about theory. We have demonstrations. We give examples, and then we actually have the labs. And in the labs, then it's really hands-on. We let the students, we give them the instructions, and the students will go through the labs, and whatever the labs may be. That's the mechanical side of it. On the electrical side of it, we just talk about electricity. We go through the theory of it. We talk about the difference between AC and DC. We go into Ohm's law and current, voltage, resistance. How are those all interrelated? We teach the students how to read schematics. We teach them how to use the meters. And we are all leading up to, again, a lab experience where we have all the equipment, and we take the students who we have a lab, and then we will Eventually, we break it, they fix it. Next, we go into pneumatics and hydraulics, and we do the same thing. We go over theory for pneumatics and hydraulics, we go over a system, and then we have a schematic for the students. They build it, they build out the system, then we break it, they fix it. So we spend 9 weeks. That's pretty much what we're doing for the entire 9 weeks. Theory, demonstrations, examples. They build it, we break it, they fix it. We do that. Then afterwards, there's a 6 weeks experiential learning opportunity that we have with our partners, many of the manufacturing facilities out there. And we partner with them. We put the students in there for 6 weeks, and then that's for the on-the-job training, the actual hands-on experience. After the 6 weeks, if the company they're partnered with, it's a good partnership, they can offer them a position, and the student can accept it. That's our goal. We want to get these students ready to go with the skill sets, so it's a good partnership between the manufacturers and the students. We also partner with Project Quest to provide the wraparound services, which are any of those obstacles that an individual may have in order to, that could be a challenge for them. Some examples are the transportation, utility, childcare, any of those obstacles that may arise. Project Quest will help with those. So that way, we can have a successful 9-week course, and the students have the skills to be successful. Thank you very much.
All right.
If there are any additional questions,
Thank you.
Please send them in the chat.
All right. Thank you, Ron, so much.
You're welcome.
We see we have people coming in. Excellent. All right. Now we will go on now we will hear from our company reps. So here's when you actually get to hear from the individuals that actually work in the manufacturing field. So for our first company, CH Gunther, we have Ray Infante. Ray, are you on?
I am. I just need to learn to work this mute button.
All right, you're on.
Appreciate it. Well, I apologize for my camera's not currently working right now, but my name is Ray Infante. I'm actually the HR business partner with Steve Gunther & Son. As it says here on the slide, we've been privately held since 1851. We were recently acquired by Pritzker in 2018. And actually right now we have 14 U.S. Plants, 6 Canadian and 6 European. We do employ roughly about 4,000 employees. That is going to be worldwide. And one of the things right now that, our business really highly focuses on is could be the retail, food service, and industrial channels. And we do a lot of private label food. Some of our customers, our biggest customers are going to be like McDonald's. A lot of people that have ever eaten at Texas Roadhouse, we do all their rolls, KFC biscuits, things like that, all the stuff that makes you nice and hungry. I'm going to say here. So one of the things, and I just kind of want to reiterate in regards to what Maurice was talking about and the gentleman, is that, AMTs are very, very highly sought after, like exactly as I said. I spend most of my time actually recruiting for those positions. Yes, I'll do a production as well, but the ones that are highly sought after are always going to be those maintenance techs. And, at CH Gunther, we've liked the concept of what Texas Fame does, of bringing in brand new students, bringing in new ideas, so that way we can develop them, so that way we have employees that will last for us for years. Just like the other companies that are representing Texas Fame today, we have a lot of people that are retiring soon. So you guys that we're looking for right now is going to be the next generation of that workforce. So that's really what we're looking for right now. If anybody is interested in doing a tour of my facility, you guys can send us a message via the chat. I'll be more than happy to set up a tour of the facility. It's located right there off of South Alamo Street, which is basically the south end of downtown. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Ray. All right, next we will hear from Jim Lucier, who is Technical Training Manager at HEB. Jim?
Hey, hello, hi, how are you doing? Can you hear me, Fernando?
We can.
Okay. So I'm with HEB, and what applies to HEB is the same that applies to Toyota and the other companies. You know, we're constantly looking to replace technicians here in HEB. And so because of that, we started to do this program and bringing in somewhere between 7 and 10 A&T students a year. And those, when the students graduate after 2 years, so far, knock on wood, everybody's been offered a position. Not everybody's taken a position, and some have left along the way, but we've always offered those A&T students who finish the program. So if you finish the program, that's a good sign. So HEB, I'll talk a little bit about the HEB. Most may not know this, but we have also, not only do we have many stores, we also have 13 plants around southern Texas. Most of them are here in San Antonio. We have 7 here. And so we're recruiting to bring in partners into these into these plants here in San Antonio. Overall, our company is continuing to grow. Every year is plus numbers. Every year we hit records and we add stores. There hadn't been I've been with HEB now 8 years, and we have not added a store and gotten bigger every year. When I started 8 years ago, we had around 95,000 partners, and now we are up to 120,000 partners. And we are adding stores almost every other month. Next slide.
All right, thank you, Jim. All right, next we will hear from Karen Santos with Joyce and Safe Systems. Karen?
Hi, everyone. Like you said, my name is Karen. I'm with Joyce and Safety Systems. We are a worldwide company with over 20,000 employees worldwide. Here in San Antonio, we're located right off the corner of 1604 and Wiseman, right near SeaWorld, which is a plus. And we make seatbelt parts. And as everybody else said, we're always looking for AMTs, especially as our processes go more automated. We need those guys that know how to mess with the robots, know how to fix the sensors, do the programming. We like them young, fresh out of school. When you graduate, that way we can teach you the Joyce way. You can learn our processes. So, and like everybody said, if you want a tour, reach out to me. You can come out and see the plant. So a little bit about our plant. There's information on San Antonio. We're all from here, so we're familiar with it. The plant's been here about 21 years. Our seniority is about 8. Currently, due to our production and some new projects that we started, we are actually working 7 days a week, 24 hours, and producing 107 million units for this calendar year. So we have 2 plants. We have one plant it's a little bit bigger. Our plant 2 is more automated, so it does all the processes that we do in plant 1, but our parts start at one end of the warehouse and they end up at the other. They go through all the same processes, but automated. We have maybe like 7 people working in that plant versus 100 on our first shift in plant 1. So if you'd like to tour, I'll send you my information.
All right, thank you so much for that, Karen.
Thank you, guys.
And then next we will hear from again, Mr. Maurice Salazar.
Well, thank you, Fernando. Yes, so Toyota Motor Manufacturing, we've in the San Antonio area, we started our production line in 2005. We broke ground in 2003. Our campus is over 1.3 million square feet of production facilities where we make the world's greatest pickup trucks, the Toyota Tacoma and the Toyota Tundra. We build over 1,000 trucks a day. And just a little bit about our facility. We actually start with raw materials. We start with raw sheets of metal, and they go into 5 different production departments. And Toyota has got about 3,000 employees here with about 4,000 on-site suppliers that we tandemly all work together with the same process in order to build our trucks. So one of our suppliers supplies us with our blank sheets of metal that we press into car parts, hoods, roofs, fenders, floorboards, tailgates, those types of things. And then from the press department, they go over into the body weld department, where right now we have over 650 robots, but with our new model change, we're going to have closer to 800 robots that actually spot weld the shell of the vehicle together. So each one of our vehicles has over 1,000 spot welds on it, and all automated. And so production team member helps put those things together, while the maintenance team is in charge of keeping all the technology running and performing to the highest quality. After that shell body is now all welded together, it goes into our next department, which is our paint department, which right now has about 150 robots, but is soon going to have closer to 200 robots. And they actually apply the paint process. And it's a very intricate process in order to paint a vehicle with automation. And each one of our vehicles has about 100 pounds of paint on it, and it's a plating process where we charge the paint and ground the actual body with bakes and cleans and those types of things. So we also have some injection molding where we make our dashboards or our instrument panels, which we call them in the automobile world. And then we make our 5-mile-an-hour bumpers in our plastics department with injection molding. They're color matched, painted. There's about 30 robots in that department. And then all together with the painted shell, it goes into the assembly department, the largest department, where it gets axles, engines, seats, windows. It gets wire harnesses. It gets all the tires and fluid fills in order to start the engine up. And every 60 seconds, we run one off the end of the line in order to complete our process. So all of that processing power is something you're going to have to learn in order to understand how the automation works. So not just that aspect, but you're going to learn the advanced technological skill disciplines of PLC, electrical troubleshooting, programming, whether it be robotics, mechanical drives, some fabrication, and some pneumatics. And all of those courses Mr. Heim administers with his faculty over at the college to get a really good foundation in order for you to continue to stack experience and different levels of advancement in those different technologies. Very highly sought after. What we like to say is at the Toyota world and in the advanced manufacturing world here at Texas Fame is we're looking for those individuals that are multi-skilled, that have multiple technological disciplines in their pocket, strong math skills, because advanced automation is very math heavy, strong reading capabilities, whether it be communications or prints, technical learners, being able to learn on digital media type situations, because we walk around the plant with with different types of devices like iPads and different devices that we have to read certain equipment on. And so problem solving, everything is problem solving in the automation world. It's about making things better and making things run correctly. We're looking for people who are team players, people who like to work in a team, because we make over 1,000 trucks a day and not one person can do that by himself. It takes a team, it takes skill, and it takes a highly sophisticated workforce. So we're looking for individuals that are effective in a team, interpersonal skills, strong believers in themselves, and are able to get along with others. And we're always looking for the person who's always wants to advance. So we don't want to just hire you to be a technician and you'll be a technician your whole life. I started off as a technician and I've moved up the ranks just because of the skill level. And that's the types of individuals we're looking for who would like to move up through the ranks of our companies. So if you are interested in a position or a sponsorship with Toyota, you'll have more opportunity to indicate so when we go over the application aspect. And so if you do have any questions specifically about Toyota, just put them in the chat and we will get all those questions answered for you. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Maurice. Last but certainly not least, we have Ms. Carolyn Bresinger from Toyota, Texas. Carolyn?
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Carolyn Brensinger, and I'm an HR specialist and Texas Fame rep for Toyota, Texas. As it says on here, we've been in operation since 2006, and we are proud to be a Tier 1 automotive welding and stamping on-site supplier for Toyota, not only here in San Antonio, but also for 2 plants in Mexico. Our company has 23 plants and offices worldwide, and we have the distinction of being the largest stamping and welding supplier globally for Toyota. We're always growing and expanding our business. In 2015, we doubled in size, and we actually just finished building a 60,000 square foot addition to our building, so we are always growing. We have a lot of departments here at Toyotatsu, such as welding, stamping, conveyance, machine maintenance for stamping, machine maintenance welding, die maintenance, just to name a few of them. We do currently have Texas FAME graduates in our welding machine maintenance, stamping machine maintenance, and die maintenance departments. Here at Toyotatsu, we do internally source all of our A&T students, all of our Texas FAME students from incumbent employees, so we only source from inside our own company. We are so proud of our partnership with Texas FAME, through which we are able to contribute to the growth and development of multi-skilled technicians in our region. And we do truly hope you'll consider applying to the program with some of these wonderful companies that are here. So good luck, everybody.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. All right, now we will go over the application process. So as I said before, my name is Fernando Rover, and I oversee the application process for our Texas FAME programs. So for AMT eligibility, so the AMT program, as Mr. Heim and Maurice had mentioned, is a 2-year associate's degree program. So we enroll students every fall. So we are currently enrolling for fall 2021. Just a couple of criteria that we look for in AMT candidates is, of course, while they have to be 18 years or older and have a high school diploma, we really want to see what your STEM interest is and what your background is. You know, looking at like what brought you to decide to apply to the AMT program, and more importantly, you know, what do you have in your skill set that can make you a good candidate for that. The application process, so there's a 2-part application process. So because this is a Alamo College's program, you are required to fill out an Applied Texas application. And then after you fill out that application, we have our Texas FAME AMT application, which is available on our Texas FAME website. The application deadline for that is April 30th. So you'll need to submit your Applied Texas application ID, a unofficial high school transcript, and any college transcripts. So if you've taken any dual credit, if you went to a previous institution, we'd just like to see kind of what you kind of come with in terms of classes. And then a 500-word essay just really demonstrating your interest in the program. Like, why should we select you to be in the AMT program? What will you take from it? So on and so forth. Tell us more about who you are and what you bring to the table as well. And one other thing as well, so we do accept test scores, SAT, ACT, and TSI scores within the last 5 years. And we do have score and testing information that's available on our Texas FAME website. In addition, we also have an Applied Texas application checklist, as well as an AMT application checklist on our website as well, that you can download and save, and you can take with you as you start to gather your documents together. One other important component about the AMT application is, one of the questions that often comes up is, how do we decide the company sponsorships? Really, it's really up to you. So if, as Marie said, if you are interested in Toyota, or you're interested in HEB, or interested in CH Gunther, and you want to be considered for those companies, you actually have the opportunity to indicate on your application, I wish to be considered by CH Gunther, Toyota, or HEB. Now, if you're not sure and you kind of want to keep it open, you can actually say on your application, you can be considered by any of the Texas FAME companies. So really, it really is entirely up to you all. And again, it's really up to you. And that's just one other thing there as well. And one other thing about the application is that if you need to update or need to change any of the documents, you can contact me, and my information will be at the end of the slide. And that's how I can correspond and let you know what you're missing, or if you're good to go. And then once your application is complete, I then funnel it over to the company reps, and then they reach out and start and kind of go on with that process. With our FAST programs, our FAST program is a year-round program, so it's a 9-week training program in addition to the 6-week externship. So our upcoming cohort will be January 11th, and so it works a little bit differently compared to the AMT program. So while there is no high school diploma requirement or testing requirement, there is a aptitude and an assessment requirement. So you will have to undergo a mechanical assessment and electrical skills assessment, as well as a math assessment. And then you will also have to pass a background check as well as a drug screen. And then also go through our partnership with Project Quest, you will be enrolled and eligible for other services. So you will have to go through their application process as well. And just a brief overview of the enrollment process. Again, you will reach out. I will reach out compared doing so. Once you indicate that you're interested in the FAST program, I will reach out to you, and then I will kind of administer our questionnaire to see kind of where you are, and then I will refer you over to Project Quest, and then we will start you in the intake process. Keep in mind that our assessments, the completion time for the math assessment is 2 hours. Doesn't mean that you only have. It doesn't mean that if you complete it earlier, then you can stay for the rest of the time. You can complete it before then, as well as the mechanical and electrical assessment as well. What we look at is we look at your aptitude and your ability to learn quickly and to make decisions quickly. Because with this FAST program being 9 weeks, it's very immersive, it's very fast paced. We want to make sure that we set you up for success. And let's just say, you know, if you don't score well on the assessments, we still can funnel you or refer you to similar programs that based on your eligibility can still serve you. All right, so I know that was quick and kind of a brief overview, but I wanted to keep the rest of the time open for questions. So we'll go ahead. Robert, are there any questions in the chat that haven't been answered by the company reps or by myself?
No, right now everyone's showing a great demand for taking a tour of the Texas FAME companies, and I know a few reps have shared their information. I know we just got one question by Paul about if he didn't have a book, will it affect him? So
hey Robert, I messaged Paul back on that, and everybody else, if you have any questions about your academic background or history, it's best to get with a counselor from the college, and they can guide you, especially early. If you get there early, they can kind of guide you on what you need to do or how you can remedy any situation you may have.
Yeah, and if you guys are unclear on who you need to contact at the college, feel free to email me, and I will point you in the right direction and help you out in any way I can as well. And I'll throw my my email in the text box right now.
Are there any other questions or anything else in the chat that we haven't covered yet?
Fernando, if I may,
Sure.
I just kind of want to speak to some of the students that are out there. For those of you that are interested, I know it wasn't touched upon greatly during this presentation, but if you think this is only a male-dominated applicant pool, that's not the case. We've recruited 8 cohorts already for 8 years at Toyota, and 27% of those applicants are female. So if you're a female and you have the wherewithal that you're interested in a career in advanced manufacturing, please inquire, get some questions answered, ask any questions, and see if this is something that you would like to try. We have plenty of skilled technicians that came through the program that had the same questions you may have had. So just ask questions and go find answers for your career pathway.
I will say that so for the AMT program, while the application deadline is April 30th, you can submit all your documents and submit your application well before then. Oftentimes that's what we encourage, because I know with the last semester of your senior year, things go by really, really fast. And so some of you might have other schools you're looking into, other programs you're looking into. And so I definitely encourage you to still submit a application with this program, because who knows, you might change your mind, or an opportunity might arise that might make you feel comfortable to pursue this direction as well. So I definitely encourage, as early as you can go to our website, you can download our application checklist, and you can also correspond with us, and we can make sure to get you started in the process as well, just to kind of give you that little caveat. And then for the FAST program, because it's a year-long program, so with our upcoming cohort for January, again, we are still currently accepting referrals. But for example, if that cohort is not, if it's too soon, or you might want to consider the next cohort, again, just kind of keep up to date with us on our website, and we'll be rolling out some more information about upcoming cohorts and upcoming recruitment sessions for that as well. So just kind of give you a little bit of that caveat there.
Fernando, someone would like to ask a question over the mic.
Sure, yes, absolutely. Feel free to unmute yourself.
I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much for the information. Jose Diaz here. So I kind of put my spiel out there in the in the chat session, but I guess one of my concerns or question that I have is, like I said, I believe in the profession, and I'm already working towards it, and I have classes signed up for spring semester already. Will that hurt me when applying for this program if I already have completed courses that are already included in the 2-year program? Does that make sense?
Fernando, I can answer that question, and I'm sure Mr. Hyam could add to it as well. No, Jose, it's actually not going to hurt you, especially if you did well in those courses. The whole aspect of this thing is to gain those disciplines and those technologies. It's actually a really good. It's going to save you money if you can get accepted into this program. You don't have to retake those classes. But there is some other things that you'll be required to do, just because that's the way we do things with Texas FAME. It's cohort style. So we want everybody to go through the classes. And if you have a class already, that doesn't mean it's going to disqualify you from the whole program. But it's actually, to be honest with you, it's probably going to help you, especially if you're not ready to graduate. If you're ready to graduate, it might be a little different. You may be ready to get an internship, and then you can just apply from the outside and not need the AMT program. But if you're just getting started, or if you have some of the classes, that's probably a benefit.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just getting started. Like I said, my biggest thing was the math TSI, that I missed it by 3 points. So I went ahead and I did the college math. I got that all out the way. So I'm actually going to start this spring and get into the nitty gritty of the advanced manufacturing.
Yeah, Jose, Maurice pretty much said anything. The only thing I would add is, of course, it's up to the employers if you get accepted in the program, but from a purely academic point of view, you just would, like, let's say you take ACDC, basic ACDC next semester, or whatever it is that you're taking, you just wouldn't take that class as long as it's directly applicable, as long as it's the same course we teach. You just wouldn't take that particular class with your cohort, but you would be right in line with them otherwise.
Gotcha. Makes total sense. I just wanted to double check on that. I appreciate you guys.
Sure thing.
Thank you.
Hey, Maurice and David, this is Ray with CH Gunther and Son. I just want to see if we can maybe touch upon it for maybe some of the students who are kind of worried about maybe going into the schools and even as well as what measures we're taking right now with the whole COVID. just let them know how, as far as with CH Gunther, we do follow the CDC guidelines. We do everything that to make it as safe as possible for our employees. So if you can touch a little bit upon that as well too. So maybe, maybe some of the people that might be a little bit scared in regards to that.
Sure, I can start, and Maurice, if you want to jump in anytime. As far as St. Philip's College, we also have a lot of stringent guidelines that we abide by. We've had to split class sizes. We maintain a social distancing and wear masks while we're in our labs, and all of our lecture time, we've transitioned to online courses. So your labs, it's just unavoidable. You have to be here for labs. There's no way to teach what we teach without the hands-on lab equipment and experience. But as far as the lecture, we use Canvas now. We have online supplemental tools that we use. So you're only in class during the lab times, and we do social distance, wear masks, and follow all the other St. Philip's guidelines. If there's any specific questions, I'm happy to answer those too.
Yeah, no, I totally understand the question and the concern from the students. And I just want everybody to understand that as a group, as an organization, Texas FAME and all the industry partners, we have to, safety is our #1 priority in everything that we do, even in the classroom. And so we have to follow our guidelines, and we have to do our due diligence to keep our team members and our employees and our students all safe. So with great regard to all of the guidelines, we have to manage the situation. This pandemic has thrown everybody in a loop, but I think we've done a great job of still getting the instruction out. Just like HEB, they have to deliver to their customers, which is really, really viable for them to live on, and they have to do it in this pandemic. And so we use the same due diligence to manage the pandemic, to manage our classes, to manage our employees, to manage our policies in order to do so. These are world-class companies, and we have a world-class academic institution with world-class instructors in order to do so. And it takes a team to do all of it. And it takes world-class students. So you're going to have to come in and adjust and be flexible and do what we have to do. And that's exactly what Texas FAME is all about.
So if I could jump in for a second, guys, I got a private question asked to me. I won't say your name, but I think maybe there might be other students on here or people looking to apply for this program that might have the same question. So the question was, my high school grades are good, but my college suffered a little bit due to life circumstances, and he's asking if that's going to affect him. So from getting accepted to the program, that's fully and completely up to the sponsor company. So I can't answer. Maybe Maurice could talk about that from their perspective. But from a college perspective, for St. Philip's, as long as you don't have an academic hold on your account, if you attended the Alamo colleges, you would have no problems getting in. So as long as you don't have an academic hold from the Alamo colleges, you would be able to apply through Apply for Texas, and everything would be fine from the college side. Maurice, I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
Yes, absolutely, Mr. Heim. And that's exactly right. So there's really nothing the industry partner can do if you are academically ineligible from taking a full-time schedule. So that's just something. So if there is something that's going to keep you from taking courses full-time, because our program is 5 semesters of full-time college schedule, there's nothing that we can do about that. But if there's something else, if there's something on your personal side, one thing about this program, it comes with a lot of resources. So not only is there an application, but there's an interview process, and there's the essay to help you kind of tell your story. So that we give you opportunity to kind of get your story out there and try to convince us, to get to that point. But every situation is taken into consideration, especially during this pandemic. So we understand that. So one thing, we're going to have multiple people apply for these programs for the sponsorship, and we're probably going to have more than we're going to have spots available. So what we want you to do is distinguish yourself from everybody else. So that's why grades are important. That's why your extracurricular activities are important. That's why your essays are important. That's why your interview is important. So if you could holistically put that together, tell us what your story is about. And if you have reasons and challenges that you've had to overcome, well, then that's part of your part of your story and part of your development. And that's going to help us make our decision on who we want to sponsor, if that makes sense.
All right, so it seems like we have.
Okay, I got another college question here. So it was, if already enrolled into St. Philip's, do we need to submit and apply for Texas application? You will need to make sure that you've applied for the 2021-2022 semester. So I don't want to tell you the wrong information, but I'm pretty positive that you're going to have to put in a new application through Apply for Texas for the new fall 2021-2022 school year. That's a new school year, so yes, you will need to apply. You'll have to put in another application.
Yes, that's correct, Mr. Heim. And they have to identify the institution.
Right. And again, if anybody's struggling with the application process for St. Philip's College, please email me. And if I can't answer your question, I will direct you to our counselor who works specifically with us.
Yeah, as in our follow-up to the individuals, after this, what I will do is I'll send out my information, as well as Mr. Heim's information, as well as the links to all where you can find the checklists and all the application information, just so that you guys have that. And then if there's any other follow-up you may need, feel free to reach out to us as well. Are there any other questions or comments? Company reps, are there anything you guys have to say? Any final thoughts? Any concluding thoughts?
Yeah, Fernando, I would just like to reiterate to the students and anybody else who's listening to the recording to get your applications in early. This is a dual application, one on the college side, one for the Texas Fame side. The more opportunities companies have to look over your applications and get your essays in, the better we have time to make adjustments. And if you need to make adjustments, you'll have time to do that as well. So the deadline to apply is the 30th of April, but if you're going to apply the last minute, you may be in a bunch of other applicants at the same time. So it'd behoove you to get your application in early. It's easier across the board that way. And if nobody saw it in the chat, just FYI, Toyota is going to be looking to sponsor 20 students next year, 20.
Wow.
Well, if there are no other thoughts or no other questions, this is my information as well, my cell phone number as well as my email. Feel free to email me or contact me for any other follow-up items. I will be sending out a recap of this presentation as well as important information we need for your application as well. Again, thank you everybody for joining us for this presentation. We wish you a great weekend and a great holiday break, and please stay safe out there.